Hi everyone, welcome back to another pick a card reading for the heart and soul. I'm Cheryl Harnish. Hi. And I am the author of the Path of the Soul, Divine Guidance, and Return of Spirit Oracle decks. So today's pick a card reading. Our reading is message from Spirit that you haven't been ready to hear until now. So just be open to what it is that's coming through, because it might be something that you aren't expecting, right? Because this reading is about what has been hard for you to really hear and integrate into your world. Okay. So we're back with our 2-tier reading this week. I'm really excited about that. So the first row, the top row, is going to be our main card reading. And our choice is, one is our little prayer guy, choice number 1. Choice number 2 is our peace Buddha. And choice number 3, there we go, is our abundance Buddha. Okay, now for choice number 2, for the second part of our reading, I'm going to move this out of the way because I know I'm going to bang it for sure. We're going to choose by sound. And I know that the last time we did this, you guys really enjoyed it. So the second row is going to be our charms part of the reading. Okay. So for choice 1, we have our Om. Now, try not to go on, how good it sounds, but, maybe close your eyes and just feel the tone and the pitch of the sound and see how that resonates inside of you, how it feels inside of you, okay? So choice number 1 is our Om bells. Okay. Trying to put these down without making a whole lot of noise here. Choice number 2, now I have to ring this right, okay, is this is an Om bell too, but okay, and choice number 3, this one is new and it's huge, but I loved the sound of it, so I think it's Ganesh. Yes. Okay, our Ganesh bell. I'm having a hard time getting it to ring. Okay, so it's a lot more subtle, that bell. Okay, so as always, take your time, pause the video if you need, and I will see you guys in our first reading. Hi, group number 1, how are you? Okay, for those of you who have chosen our prayer Buddha, I love these guys. I'll put him over here, he can be our little mascot. And I have the deck. Of course, we're going to upload a couple more here. Okay, group number 1. What they haven't been ready to hear until now. What have they not been ready to hear until now? Okay, there. Oh, can't bite it. I try. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Okay, so first, right out of the bat, off the bat, we have the vibrational card. Now, that one, it's talking about leadership. It's talking about your energy, this state that your energy is in, what you're doing with your energy, how you put it out there to the world. And the biggest thing is that you have an impact, that you are here to have an impact out there in the world. And they are actually hinting directly to what it is that they're talking about. So we have the knowledge card. Now, with the knowledge card, I will hold it up as close as I can so that you can see this. Now, for those of you who are familiar, sorry guys, I have to explain it for those who are new. So in the bottom part of this fractal, there's the outline of a person. of a being. There's the head and shoulders. And on the top here, which kind of represents the crown chakra, it's like the crown chakra is wide open. And there's this energy coming in from the heavens. Now, it's really difficult for me to get this close enough for you to see. My cards are dirty, I use them. But there's little faces in the energy, and they're all the way in this energy coming down through the crown into the person and back out into the world, right? That card is a card that comes for people who are teachers, for people who have some knowledge or wisdom to share. That can come through in the form of writing or speaking. It can also, I mean, absolutely, when you look at that, you know, spirit's energy, that's like channeling, guides, channeled information, whether that's, you know, angels, spirit guides, ETs, whoever it is you connect to. There's something about you bringing through, being the vessel or vehicle for this higher wisdom, higher knowledge to come through, and that you're needed here. Like your energy, you're made to do this. Your energy is geared to do this. And I feel like, you know, with these two coming out together right off the bat, that a lot of this is about, you know, letting go of the fear. Because it feels to me like, holding these two cards, that the biggest drawback here is the fear. And the fear is what kind of trickles out into every area of your life. And you're like, well, I don't know what I could teach, and I don't know how to channel, and da-da-da. And it's like, you need to get out of that thought process that you don't know what to teach, that you can't channel, or you don't have anything important to channel, or you don't have anything important to bring through. Like, step one here, guys, just step one is really taking some time to get quiet and go, you know, sit with it, and to come to a place where you're like, okay, I surrender. Okay, I'm here to teach. I'm here to share wisdom. I'm here to share information. Okay, I surrender. And to really surrender, like, not just with the words, but like in your heart, go, okay, universe, okay, the great divine, God, whatever you want to say, I truly surrender to this as my path. And now it's time for you to show me the way. And I'm willing to be open to seeing what this is, and to hearing, following your guidance. Because this card reading is what you haven't been ready to hear up until now. And so, you know, I feel like a lot of this message is about your willingness to surrender to it, and then to be open to having it develop, because these things develop on their own, you know, with my books, the cards, everything I've done over the last 15 years. It wasn't like I just, hey, I know what I'm doing, and I had no idea, and I was scared to death. But it always comes down to first surrendering to that calling that's in your heart, okay? So let's see what else we've got here. Okay, so this card actually came out in last week's reading. So if you're getting this again, this is definitely a message that you haven't been able to hear. So the card that we have here is the Doves card. And I do see this, like, these are like two doves, and they're kissing, but their tails come and connect here, and then it spirals off here into the infinity. And this is quite clearly a high energy card, high vibrational card. You can see it reverberating through the universe. So the Doves card is talking about cycles, and it can also talk about cycles within relationships and letting go of the past and that sort of thing. But the biggest thing with Doves is the cycle card, and it's talking about you coming to the completing an old cycle in your life. And so I feel like you guys are coming into this sort of rebirth kind of energy where it's like who you have been, how you have been, what you've done, how you've done it. It's like, okay, you lived in that, you got the lessons from that, you know, and it's more about moving into a place of integrating the knowledge and wisdom you gained from all of that. And then with your heart surrendered to your future, releasing that and moving into this new cycle. Okay, so let's get the rest of our cards out here to see what. Okay, this is called Revelations, and I always have this, and I can't explain why this energy, I feel this in this fractal, but it's almost like a female heavenly entity right here with her arms as if she's wearing a cape, you know, and she has her arms spread out, and she very much has the feeling of Mary Magdalene to me. I can't explain it, but it's there. And I feel like, you know, it kind of alludes to having that deeper feminine wisdom, and you know, Mary was always in the shadows, in the background of the story with Jesus, right? And I feel like there's something about that that's really calling me today with this card, because you guys know I don't often talk about that energy with this. So just play with that. If that resonates with you, look that up. But I feel like it's something about you really stepping up and stepping into your own truth as an equal power, with what you have to share. But the other thing with Revelations is literally it's about having these aha, you know, Oprah calls them the aha moments, these epiphanies, these awakenings, these little zaps, thoughts, understandings coming through over the next few weeks, that it's like things just kind of become clearer. You're like, oh my God, I get it. Okay, I get it. And Revelations is talking about having some of these aha moments, but it's also talking about changes. And, you know, so we have the Doves card, which is talking about like this rebirth cycle, ending an old cycle, coming into a new. Then Revelations, which also talks about possibly moving, getting a new job, things like that. So it feels like there's almost this, you know, you could be very well in alignment with your life right now, but it's just going to align that much tighter and that much stronger. So I feel like there's still some things that are going to get these little adjustment tweaks for you guys in bringing you into your path and purpose. So, you know, try to be in... not try, but as best you can, just allow yourself to move with the changes that are calling to you. Okay, I know that it's easier to be in resistance because we can often resist change, but I need to say, just bring yourself into a different kind of mindset where you're welcoming that change and welcoming this kind of new path, or the renewal of an old path, even if you have been a teacher previously, of really stepping into this fully. Okay, so we have Cosmos of the Heart. Now, what I love about this, there's these two hearts, and it's a little bit difficult to see on camera, but they're right here, and they tie in together with this infinity symbol almost, and they're wrapping. And that infinite love card is really about understanding that you are love. Somebody reminded me, I am love. Even though we get sucked into this humanness and that, oh, screw you, when they cut you off in traffic, you know, beneath all of our humanness, you are love. You are a direct expression of the divine, of of the all. And it's about you really remembering who you really are inside, the light that you are. And it's funny because this card also has a sentence or two in the booklet that says, you know, it's about letting go of the past and really allowing yourself to step into the truth of who you are. So you guys are really getting this kind of themed message really strongly. It's surprising. Oh, okay. And we have the creative card. Now, what I love about that is there's this energy that's running straight through these two orbs. And with all these reds and yellows, that red is like root chakra, but it's also this hugely creative force that is very grounded. And one of the things that this card is saying is that, you know, whether you're whatever your creative passion or endeavor is, whether it's, you know, painting, dancing, singing, scrapbooking, making doodads, you know, whatever. This card is saying that it's really important to your inner being, you know, this inner being inside you, to really take time every day to sit and do things that really feed you joy, that are in that creative nature. And I have a feeling that whatever this is that they're talking about, that, you know, sitting within it and doing it every day kind of brings you into a stronger energy of that, like, you know, more in alignment to yourself. But it somehow connects in with this teaching, whether that's directly like what it is these creative things that you're here to do, creative and intuitive, right, are also a part of what you're here to teach. So there's something about, like, it's almost like rebalancing your energies. So, you know, where I was talking about these changes with the revelations and the doves card and switching gears into a new cycle, it's almost like they're saying, but during all this, you know, transitional kind of energy coming in, if you can just keep yourself grounded in your arts and in some sort of creative endeavors, that it, you know, it's that red, it'll help to keep you, you know, more grounded and feeling like your feet are still on the earth as these things kind of alter and change for you. Now, we are not done the reading. We still have part two to do. So I will see you guys in a minute. Please do hit the like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in a second. Take care. Hi, group 2. How are you? For those of you who have chosen our cute little peace Buddha here, I'll stick him right here. And we'll get out our additional 2 cards. Might as well pull them on camera. It always makes it more interesting. Does group 2, what have they not been hearing? What messages have they not been hearing that they need to hear now? What have they not been hearing? Right there. That guy. Oh, which one? That one. Okay. Okay, so let's see. What do we have? Okay, so we have the voice card, and I always see these as like these 2 vocal cords, and they're just like, they're almost majestic, they're metallic, and that voice card is talking about, you know, your voice, your communication, what you kind of may have been withholding from people and relationships, or where you've really could become more vocal as far as, you know, your expression as a soul, and allowing yourself to be out here a little bit more seen. Now we also have the Union card. So I'm not sure what the context, I mean, usually the Union card is either talking about relationships as in intimate partnerships, or it's talking about a relationship with spirit. So before I really say what that union card is talking about, let's get the rest of our cards out here. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. So we have the Om card. OM. Om. And Om is like the primordial sound of the universe. Like they say, that is the sound of God. Om. And it is a throat chakra card completely. And I find it funny because, you know, some of this is talking about really taking that time to connect, you know, whether it's formal meditation or whatever way that helps you to settle the monkey mind and get out of that place of the thinking, the thoughts, the story, and come down here, settle more into here, to really allow yourself some space to become this more authentic expression of yourself. And I mean, so you have this Om card, which is talking about you speaking your truth sort of thing. And then you have the voice card too. So and these are two different decks. So they're double whammying you guys here with the speaking your truth, saying what needs to be said, and not, you know, not in a reactive way but more from being in this place of being really centered within yourself, that you're really in here and in here when you communicate. Okay. And I'm really sure that this is around your relationships, but let's see what else we have here. Okay, I'm just going to get them all out on the table here. We have the reflections card, and I always see this as like, this is the inner wall inside your inner being, and this water is this flowing water is being reflected. The wall is being reflected on it. So often with the reflections card, it's talking about having taken a step back or needing to take a step back to really do some self-reassessment and looking at what's going on inside of you. Okay, now I get it. I wasn't sure where the cards were going with you guys, and now I get it. Okay, this is from the Path of the Soul deck, and this is called Fairies card. And these are like two really wily little sprite fairy energy. And you see how these are like flames licking up here. And it's talking about some situation or situations maybe that have happened in the past that still has power over you, or, you know, you're still energetically connected with it, or situations even that have happened recently where you kind of, whether intentionally or not, I'm going to show you this first in here, and it's really hard because the lines are so fine. There is this incredible spider web in the center, okay? And it's talking about like getting stuck in, you know, in the story, getting stuck into the drama, getting stuck into this play, which in the higher view, in the higher realm, these situations and things that have happened with people, whether that's, you know, your partner, boss, your good friends, people that you don't even know. Maybe it's happening with people online. I don't know what the context is for you, but that Fairies card is talking about these really uncomfortable situations that get you fired up, and, you know, where you get angry or defensive, or, you know, even aggressive, even, because these are fiery energies that it's talking about, or those kind of energies have been coming at you in this situation or situations. Okay. And with that Fairies card, it's saying the important part here isn't to continue in this lower kind of point of view of being stuck in the drama of who said, you did, I did, they did that, blah, blah, blah. That it's really about getting yourself unstuck from the web, to begin to have that space to really go within and look within to see, how did this situation come? Like, what is the gift of this situation? What is it that I'm truly being asked to learn or to see? Where am I being asked to grow? Because that reflections card is like really saying, pull yourself back out of whatever situations are going on here and do this self-assessment. And so that really does make sense also with the Om card being up here and the voice card saying, okay, what's going to be important here is that you're finding your own self, finding your own center again. And, you know, maybe you can do that in a day or two, or maybe you need a month or two. Heck, sometimes I need a month or two to get, like, you guys know, I do these big retreats. I completely detach from the world and I do these inner things where I'm like, getting this in order. And that's kind of what Spirit is saying to you, that it's time to get yourself in order here, so that when you kind of are in the space where you're ready to come back and ready to rejoin the world, that you're doing it from this very centered place within your side yourself, so that your communication is authentic, that you know, you can express and communicate whatever it is you need to communicate, but still do it from a place that's heart-centered and self-centered, instead of up here from this reactive, primitive part of our human mind, right? Because that part always gets us in trouble. But what I do feel like another part of this story is that they're talking about these things having happened for you quite a lot in your life, and that this retreat kind of energy, this working on your communication, understanding what these deeper lessons are, have been a big part of your journey anyway. And the reason for it is because this is about you getting your energy in alignment with you, for you, and it has nothing to do with anybody else. But that this is, how do I rise above these situations, right? That's the bigger lesson here, because they are talking. It's funny, the sister card in the other deck came out in the other reading to this card, vibrations. And this is talking about you becoming acutely aware of the effect of your energy out here in the world, right? But I feel like they're also talking about this really heavy inner personal work that is between you and Spirit. No one else in this physical world. This is between you and Spirit and your soul's evolution and growth. And that in this process, that it brings you to a place where you are finally able to really give your energy that reset, that energy inside, so that you aren't like manifesting these things over and over and over again, and that your impact, your connection to other people, because that's what this card is, it's literally like you're this little light, ball of light, and this is your energy and the impact of that energy out in the world. I feel like they're talking about a really big change that's coming for you as far as relationships, and that I feel like they're saying it's almost like a just hold on, because the right relationship is coming, or that it's going to, the work that you're going to do is going to alter that relationship, so that you have that feeling of union, of that deep, intimate connection with another person. And whether that's like intimate relationship, or even like as a friend, having a best friend, you know, you'll know which one this is that they're talking about for you. But you know, I feel like there's a lot of like hope, and they're trying to tell you to hold on, and that some part of your soul planned all of this convoluted humanness crap so that you could grow and evolve into the truth of who you really are. Okay, and you're going to see that reflected out there in your relationships and out there in the world at large. Okay, Whew, that was a deeper message this week. Wow. Okay. So we aren't done. We still have part 2, which is going to give us some, a few other things to look at and focus on. And I will see you guys over there. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe, and I'll see you in just a sec. Hi, Group 3. How are you? For those of you who have chosen our little abundance Buddha, we will stick him over there. Okay, and we also have to get out the last few cards. What message does Spirit have for Group 3? What they haven't been able to hear until now, what they weren't ready to hear until now. Okay. Sorry guys, I have to shuffle them till I feel right. It's just card reading 101, right? Okay. So I see them right off the bat. They're almost like yelping at me. Okay, so to start, we have, so we have the Simplicity card. So when that one comes out, it's usually about something that you're wanting to do, somewhere you're wanting to head in your life, or just life in general, that there's some part of your mind is really complicating things on you, and that this is about kind of backing up and taking the most simplistic approach that there is, instead of getting caught up in the great big picture, because sometimes we have these goals and desires of things that we want to do, things that we want to accomplish, and it draws our heart and we feel really excited, and then we look at the whole big picture, which could be a year or 5 years down the road, and you go, oh my God, I could never be all that. And for me to get from here to there, oh, it'll be this and that, and I got to do that, and we talk ourselves right down into like frozen, in fear, can't move, that sort of thing. So that Simplicity card is talking about like literally picking up the eraser and clearing off the chalkboard. And instead of having this big convoluted thing of where it is you want to go, it's like, okay, that is it, but I'm not looking at that way out there. Right now, I'm just looking at step 1. Where is it that I need to go? I want to go there. So what is the very, very, very first step? And the only thing I'm going to look at is this one first step. Okay, they're talking about this simplistic approach. Now, this is going to get more defined once I see what the other cards are, because they could be talking about something totally different, but that it's quite strong, the energy with that card, so I am going to just stick with that for now. Okay, the next card we have is the Intuition card. Okay, and big double spiral coming into itself here, and literally like thousands and thousands of spirals. So this is a energy moving card. And so with that Intuition card, there is something about you developing your intuition or honoring your intuition, because this week's message is what guidance does Spirit have for me that I haven't been ready to hear until now? And there's something about you either developing your intuition or using your intuition or honoring your intuition. Okay, so let's get out some more cards here and it will help us. Okay, so we have the Shining Star, and I really like this card because it's almost like, it's really hard for each of us to understand that the light that we are, because we're just us and we're just doing ourselves. And this card is like a message saying, you are this amazing, beautiful light, and you have no idea just how beautiful and amazing you are. But you are a light that is needed here on earth. We need you. And it's time for you to awaken to the fact that you are this light, and to start to just take that in just a little bit, that even though you think you need to do something really big and grand and convoluted to show that you are this light. You don't. You just need to let yourself be you. Just let yourself be you to start, right? So there's something powerful coming in this message for you guys. Like that card really hit me in the heart center, and I hope that that's translating through the video. I need to get all these cards out because I still don't know where they're going yet with this. Oh my goodness. And we have the loved ones card. Okay. So first off the bat, with that loved ones card, that does say that people that you know, that you love, who have passed over, they're here with you right now. So if any of you have been wondering or questioning or asking for a sign from them, I'm telling you, this is your sign. This is definitely your sign. Okay. Now, the other thing with that loved ones card is that we have the intuition card sitting with it. So I have to say that I really feel like with these two guys coming out together in a reading, that they are talking about some latent gifts or abilities, this inner light that you are, that you have an ability to connect to the world of spirit, that you are able to hear, to feel, see, understand, communicate with spirit, even if at this moment you don't have a full working knowledge of how this gift works for you, how to, it's like going out onto a field and getting in a backhoe and going, how the heck do I drive this thing, right? So this isn't about whether you know how to drive the backhoe or not. This is saying you can drive it. Like, you guys have a gift here, and they're talking about you really stepping into that light of who you are. And I feel like they're talking about you embracing your gift to be able to communicate with spirit. Okay. So let's see. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, and we also have Shen Rizzi. And Shen, see, in these fractals, when I make them, I have no control over how they turn out. I literally apply a formula and the image renders on my screen. And so when deities or faces or real actual symbols show up, it's very amazing when they show up in a fractal. And in this, I hope you can see him. Here's his face, his little devious little smile, because he's wild, and his big Buddha ears, Shen Rizzi. And Shen Rizzi is always accompanied by a dog, and I see this dog like looking like a Rottweiler dog down here. Anyhow, Shen Rizzi is about the power of manifestation, not in true traditional Buddhist terms, but in this card, Shen Rizzi is about the wild possibilities and how energy, it's more like the physics of manifesting, and that it isn't so much, he's not so much talking about, oh, you need to get a storyboard. No, you need to start doing these visualizations or building your vortex or anything like that. He's talking about these energies already coming to this almost like a cumulative sort of state, and that the energy has peaked to this point. And I feel like they're talking about your connection with spirit, your connection with the universe, you bringing through messages on behalf of the universe, that it's already sitting there. Everything is ripe and ready. And the moment that you say, okay, it's a very similar message almost to group number 1 today, because there was an element of surrendering. And I feel like in a way they're asking for you to surrender, but I feel like it's more for you guys, that this is more about you overcoming your fear and not making it this big, crazy, convoluted, thing, that it's very simple, because we all have this gift to one degree or another, and that this is about you stepping into the light of who you are and really allowing yourself to share that gift with the world. And our last card, wonderful. For our last card, now that's funny because we have 20 and we have 2, 20, and we have Master card number 22. So lots of 2s, which is about balance. It's about working, kind of funny, which is kind of like intuition is working with someone else, this balanced energy. It's a lot of Libra type energy in there, which is very relationship-y. But I feel like they're talking about your relationship with spirit. And Cosmos of the Heart is like, this is more of one of those trust cards, I guess. That's how I would put it, because, do you see these? They're almost like owl. I almost see these as like owl eyes here. And there's like this deep inner wisdom that is within your heart center. And I feel like they're talking about you moving out of that place from being in a fear place or a place of doubting and not knowing, because it's okay to have some fear and it's okay to not know, but to just come and rest into this place within your heart, because that's Cosmos of the Heart. And it's kind of like from there, that's where you can begin to take these steps one step at a time, because everything is already here. With this Shenrizi card, it's saying everything is already here. It's ready. Everything is ready for you to begin to do this. It's just getting you down that path. And I feel like spirit is almost like pushing, and I feel like I want to put my foot on your butt and kick you forward. Not that I would, but yeah, I probably would. Anyhow, okay, so this is not the end of your reading. There's still more of this message that you haven't been ready to hear until now, and we're going to get that in our charms in part 2. So hit the like, subscribe, and I'll see you over there in part 2. Hi, Group 1, or Group A, I should say. So for those of you who have chosen our Om bells, we'll just move those over there. We'll get our full. Now, I want to remind you, I don't want to pull too many here. Whoa, that's a lot. Well, that one's coming out. So I want to remind you that when I'm doing these charms, what's most important is that if you get a symbolism or an idea of a meaning of one of these terms that I haven't mentioned, I want you to go with, that's your intuition working there with you, okay? So I want you to really pay attention to your own, what your intuition is telling you about what you're picking up here in the cards, in the charms, as well as what I'm getting. Okay, so I don't even know what the heck this is. Oh, look at that. Okay, so it's a ram. So I feel like that's an Aries energy kind of showing up here. So I know that this is, still part 2 of the message you haven't been able to hear up till now, but there's Aries energy here, which is, Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It's new beginnings. Aries can also be like, they're the starter. They're the ones of the zodiac who like to get things started and get things moving. And they're also a fire sign. So I feel like there's, whether these are people who are going to be important over the next few weeks in this part of your path, there's also Capricorn energy. So fire, it's almost like having more fire energy and more fire types showing up over the next few weeks. And then with that Capricorn, Capricorn is that down to business. So I feel like, both things can kind of play out here, that this is about you kind of getting more down to business, getting a bit more serious, getting your books in order, getting life in order in some way for you. And I feel like you might feel a bit, with that Capricorn, I feel like you might be feeling a bit restricted, because it is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is very authoritative, and Saturn like kind of constricts things, but it's for our own good. It's for our own betterment. So, you might not be in a big playful mode like, that you were before, but there is something about that seriousness, getting serious and getting down to business. Now, we also have an owl, which, with owl, they are that nocturnal creature. And yes, of course, owl is wisdom. But I feel like because owl is connected to the night, it's something about those calmer energies, those calmer times. And it's almost like taking that space or time for yourself where you have that quieter kind of energy around you. There's something about that that's really important. Now, we do have the guitar here. So we'll just move this down a bit. With the guitar showing up, music is very important, whether you guys, write, sing, do your own music, or whether, you're kind of more segregated over the next few weeks, taking this more kind of alone-ish time. Be conscious about the music that you're listening to, the type of music. Make sure that it's music that inspires you, encourages you, not that sad country song where my dog just died and my truck broke down. Yeah, none of that. Not over the next few weeks. After that, you can for sure. Now we have, okay, so I really like this one. Hasn't come out very often. We have this little witch charm. She's on her broom, and I feel like that's talking about that magic. I just feel like, sometimes we get so sucked into the mundane and the regular kind of world, and we kind of get lost or drift away from that magical sort of feeling. And I feel like this is talking about creating some of that kind of magic in your life. And whether that's like doing crazy things like, practicing some mediumship, or, learning to do some telepathy. I feel like this is like playtime with the esoterics and like ESP and all that sort of stuff. But I also feel like it's talking about manifesting some magic in your life, because right under it, it's kind of not even a coincidence, but right under her, we have the butterfly and the flower, which gives me that feeling of, really being nurtured, because flowers nurture that butterfly, right? But it's not only about being nurtured, but it's also that element of transformation. Like, I think the butterfly is one of the most universal symbols of transformation, and I feel like that's what's kind of coming out of this quieter time that you guys are going through. Now, I feel like Spirit's kind of giving you a little with that bicycle showing up here. I think they're really being clear that it is important that you guys are getting time out in the sun, even if it's cold here in North America and, the northern part of the globe. It's still winter and it's still cold, but it is important that you're getting sunlight on your skin and exercising, and just, that really helps to shift the energy that you're in. And I have to say, the rest of them, you're going to have to, see if any of those resonate with you as well. But we have the princess crown showing up here. Now, that is, whether you're a guy or a girl, this is like about you treating yourself like the prince or princess that you are, whichever resonates with you, which is meaning, do those things for yourself. You deserve to have whatever this is. You deserve to do these nice things for yourself. Like, in what's showing up here, I feel like there's a lot of self-care, self-love happening, looking for, we've got the peace symbol showing up here. And I feel like it's talking about finding that place of inner peace and creativity and even play, with that exercise. Make sure that it's playful, because we have that rocking horse. And it's kind of like giving yourself that free time to just be childish and be okay that it's childish. It's good for the heart and soul. Okay. So thank you so much, you guys. I love you. I am so happy to be back reading for you. I can't wait to see you again next week. Take care. Hi, group 2. How are you? Okay, so just dig through our magical little bowl here. Oh geez, I always take way too many. Okay, so we won't be able to read them all today, but I will spread them out for you so that if you see any that you resonate with, or if anything reminds you of particular things, like represent things to you, take that in. That is a part of your reading. That is your intuition working here, okay? It's really important that you honor what comes to you as well. Now, I like to start with the astrology whenever it's there, because, okay, so we've just got 2 hearts. All right, need to cut my nails here. They're getting too long. Okay, so for astrology signs, we have the sign of Virgo. Now, with Virgo, Virgo is very practical, but she is also, about getting yourself organized in some way. And so I feel like there's hinting to that, but Virgo is also the sign of service. And so I feel like they're alluding to all these things that Virgo represents. So she's service, and she is also, Virgo is very health oriented. Although I'm Virgo and I'm not that health oriented, but you know what I mean. Very, like, it's about getting back to nature, getting back to basics, wholesome foods. Virgo very much does represent those things. So I feel like they're talking over the next few weeks here that there is this period of you kind of like reorganizing yourself or restructuring yourself and getting yourself kind of on track. I feel like that's the word I want to use with you guys, is that there's something about you getting on track. And what, it's pretty amazing here, but we have 1, 2, here, we'll put them down here, 1, 2, 3 stars. Now, stars are going to have different symbolisms for everybody. But the fact that there's 3 stars in here, I feel like there's one part of it that is kind of saying like, shoot for the stars. But in another way, I also feel like there's some sort of tie-in to like, your spiritual connections, because the stars are the heavens. And so I feel like this is a kind of a time of like reorganizing yourself and putting your spirituality into a sort of priority, not only that, but we have 2 butterflies as well, which is pretty interesting. Everything is coming up in 2s or 3s for you guys, because we have 3 stars, 2 butterflies, we have 2 hearts. You know what? I have to say, and with that Hanged Man, we have the Hanged Man showing here. That Hanged Man is usually feeling hung up on a situation or something going down. I feel like with these 2s, I feel like you're not going to be alone over the next few weeks, that either you're going to have like your soul friend or your intimate relationship. I feel like there's going to be some bonding, some pairing, so that as you're going through the more important events over the next few weeks, that there's somebody with you. It's like big butterfly, big heart, little heart. Like it's very interesting how the charms that actually did come out. But we also have the oh my goodness, you guys know what this is. I don't know why I can't remember, but it's like being at the helm of your own ship. This is like you being the captain of your own ship. So I feel like this really is a lot about you taking control for yourself. Now, I do want to point out that we also have the letter T, so that could relate to a relationship that is important. I do want to talk about this dolphin because she's really pulling at me. Okay, so we have this shell, we have the turtle, and we have the dolphin. And the dolphin is like the most spiritual sort of mammal that we have. It really relates to that higher, deeper spiritual and principles. And I feel like there's something about that sort of development happening for you guys this week, but they're also so playful and so friendly. And I feel like there's that kind of energy is coming up for you guys in the next few weeks that is going to, now this is a big shell and we have the turtle, and I feel like that's kind of pulling you out of your shell, bringing you out into the world a little bit more, but in a way that feels safe, and organized. I really do have to say that. And the one last one that I'm going to read here for you is that we have Ganesha. And, she is abundance, prosperity, manifesting. So I feel like you literally have a lot of things manifesting, like in the form of your heart and how you're feeling. Like I have this more joyful, happy, playful feeling with you guys here this week, and this transformative energy, and like connecting to the stars and the spirits. Like watch for UFOs. I have to say that. I never say that sort of thing, but I really need to say that with you guys. So I don't know why. Watch the skies. Now, we have a few others, so if you want, you can pause it and see if you can pull anything up there else for yourself. I just want to say thank you for being here. I really do appreciate it. And please hit the like, subscribe, and I really look forward to seeing you next week. Take care. Hi, group 3. How are you? Okay. Well, this guy is so big, it's taking up almost all the camera. Let's dig into our big bowl of charms and see what we've got here. Geez, I always end up pulling way too many. Okay, my conscience won't let me throw them back in the bowl. So we aren't going to be able to read all of these, holy cannoli, but we are going to get out the important ones. We've got a guitar there. Oh, we have a bat. That is interesting. Okay, I do want to mention that. I hope you can see it. I'll bring him over here. So with that bat in Native spirituality represents change. So I have to say that over the next few weeks, you guys who have this reading definitely can be looking forward to some sort of change happening here. I want to get into our astrology first, because we have the sign of Aries, and group 1 also got Aries, or group A, I should say. And Aries is like fresh starts, new beginnings. It's starting things up, starting up new businesses, new projects. And it's like, I almost want to say like balls to the wall. You just go for it and you kind of bust through fears, because Aries is an impulsive Mars action energy. And they kind of act before thinking, which for many of us, acting before thinking is actually a very good thing, because too much time to think usually slows our action, right? So I'm just getting these turned over to see what we have here. All right, so we do, that's okay, not a coincidence. We also have 2 feathers showing up, and I feel like, whether you resonate with angels or believe in angels or not, it's irregardless. When feathers show up, I see that as getting signs from the universe. So whether that is from your spirit guides, getting signs from loved ones who've passed over, or from the universe at large, there's something about getting signs over the next few weeks, you guys. And I feel like you will feel like you've got some sort of guidance happening with you. Now, I want to talk about this one because we have this snowflake, right? And I do want to say you guys are all very special little snowflakes. No. Okay, I'm being bad. With that snowflake, it's usually like this reminder, if you think about Masaru Emoto and the programming of water and the crystals that it forms, depending on the type of thoughts that they put into this water. And whenever I see this snowflake crystal happening, it's like a reminder over the next few weeks to be much more conscious about the type of thoughts that you're putting out, whether you have the okay, I can, I am, I will, I'm enough, I'm good enough, they're good enough, my gift's good enough, whatever this pertains to in all areas of your life. I feel like it's like giving you a heads up to really be conscious and aware of what kind of energy, how you're putting out into the world with those things. Now, we also have the moon showing up here. Now, I like that moon energy because, moon represents the mother, nurturing. It represents the intuition. It represents the feminine, and it represents even in astrology, it can often represent the public. So there's something about the home and nurturing and mothering kind of energy. And I find with those of you who gravitate, spirit leads you to my readings, that a lot of you are in that process of learning how to be that way with yourself, learning how to nurture yourself. And, through your own process and journey, you then are in that position where you can in turn help to nurture others. And whether that's using your intuition or just, that healing kind of energy to help others, there's something about having opportunities to really be that kind of support for others over the next few weeks. Now, we also have the letter H and we have the letter A. So these letters could represent initials of people who might be important to you coming up over the next few weeks. Ooh, I don't know if this one's come out before. We have a wrapped present. And I feel like, how I said there's these signs, look for signs from the universe this week. Oh my goodness. We have a Christmas stocking and a present. Okay, so you know what? Good little boys and girls get something really nice in their stockings, right? It feels to me like you guys have, I don't know, it feels like I don't want to say earned it because we all deserve it, but I feel like, you guys look for something special coming to you over the next few weeks. I feel like, even if it's small, but it's something that really touches you. Like, we've got a lot of hearts showing up in here, and I feel like there's a lot of heart energy happening here with this moon and nurturing. And I feel like it's almost like, the universe giving you this pat on the back or saying, good job. So I really need to say, look forward to some good things coming your way. And I have to say, we also have 2 keys showing up in your reading today. And keys unlock doors. So, something's happening, some new sort of beginning, like the door opening to a place where you feel like you haven't been able to get through that door before. I feel like this time you will be able to get through that door. Wow. the energy with you guys is just like, wow. Okay, so now we do have quite a few. I'll give you these though. We have F and L, so those are some more initials for you. If you want, you can just pause the video and look at some of the other charms here to see if there's anything else that draws your attention or that you resonate with. I just want to say thank you so much for being here, you guys. I deeply appreciate you and love you, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Please take care. Talk to you soon. Bye.